Hi. I didn't see any big news other than a couple of announcements for different vendors regarding shipping to the US due to the tariffs. The tariff exemption was reinstated not long after the announcements went up for the packages under $800, though the situation is kind of volatile, so we'll have to wait and see how this changes over the next 4 years. Anyways, without further ado, KAM Soda Squid is a set obviously inspired by the Nintendo Smash hit Splatoon. It features bright and fun colors reminiscent of the inky splatter while playing the game, and I think that the color scheme was executed perfectly. The novelties on the other hand are a lot more vague, with some keys being paint splatters, others being different character eye designs, and finally some being one-liners. I understand why the designer couldn't go all out and design novelties really matching the theme though, since they're towing the line with their inspiration. As a result, I don't want to criticize the design too much on this aspect, because I think it's a really tough decision to make. Other than the base and novelties, we have several kits for compatibility with a numpad kit, Nord UK, Kolvrak, and Spacebar kit, so hopefully this covers what you need for your build. Nord UK kits are still seen quite a bit in the Keycap sets, though I haven't seen a Kolvrak kit in some time. They usually aren't super popular, which is why these kits are often left out, but it's nice to see when they are included. Pricing for the set is pretty good with a $79 base kit and the other kits being around $15 to $23. The Kolvrak kit, which is the smallest one, comes in at $8, which is a fair price for what you are getting. The keycaps are still double shot, so it's not like you're getting UV print or dye sub, though KAM keycaps have always been cheaper than GMK from my experience. Overall, I think that KAM Soda Squid is a great looking set. Novelties are a little weak, though it's understandable based on the inspiration. There's a decent amount of language and layout coverage, and the prices are pretty good, so if you're a Splatoon fan or want keycaps with bright colors, I think you should check out this set. Personally, I'm not a big beer drinker, so I've never heard of Winkler Brewery, but if you happen to be a big fan of their beers, there's now a keycap set inspired by them. It's a simple set with a large comprehensive base kit that contains the numpad, some novelty keys, and even some language support at $140. This is quite a bit of money, but I think it's quite fair based off of what you are getting. Unfortunately, it is missing smaller spacebar sizes, so it might not be the best fit if you prefer layouts such as 40% or Ergo, though you could technically use some of the other keys as replacements. The design of the set is largely beige with blue legends, though there are a couple of novelties that come in blue with gold metallic legends which add a bit of spice. I'm usually not the biggest fan of beige sets because I find them to be a little boring, but I know there are a lot of beige enjoyers in the hobby, and I think this set just adds enough to make it interesting even for me. I think that GMK Winkler is a clean set, and if you've been looking for an all-inclusive beige set, maybe this is the one for you. While GMK Motif is not my style, I do want to highlight it because it's very unique and creative. If you're someone who wants to embrace the chaos and show it off on your keyboard, this is the set for you. The ErgoSentry is custom MK solution if you're a fan of the now discontinued SteelSeries Merc Stealth gaming keyboard. It was probably discontinued due to the unconventional layout, which led to it probably not having the greatest sales numbers, but I did see online that there was a dedicated fanbase that really enjoyed having a full-size keyboard with a dedicated gamepad. Now, Custom MK does offer a standalone gamepad inspired by the Merc Stealth if the full-size keyboard is too big for you, though it does come in at $299 for the cheapest config, so it's kinda pricey. In comparison, the full-size ErgoSentry costs $499, so while it is a $200 bump from the gamepad, it does include a lot more functionality, including 3 rotary encoders, an integrated hub, integrated audio, and some useful LED indicators, so it might be more worth for you if you want an all-inclusive package. The ErgoStrafer gamepad does have an option to include rotary encoders, but if you wanted 3 to match the keyboard, the price does get bumped up to $329. I wanted to highlight this project because I think it's really cool how Custom MK revived a unique product and added some really useful features. It's quite expensive, especially since the keyboard is 3D printed and not CNC'd from metal, but I think that this is a keyboard that was created for the dedicated fans of the Merc Stealth. Right now, you can find all sorts of listings for this keyboard on eBay for around $200 to $250 used, while a new one was listed for $600. While $500 is objectively a lot of money, if you're a big fan of this keyboard and have been searching for a replacement, I think that the ErgoSentry is the perfect keyboard for you. And if you've never used the original Merc Stealth but find this keyboard to be intriguing and also just happen to have some money lying around, maybe you can check out this project. The ZP80 is another one of those unique keyboard projects that I would have never dreamed of, but somehow it's here and up for sale. Since this keyboard was inspired by Zippo lighters, the designers wanted to incorporate the elements into the design. While there are simple design cues such as the lines and shape of the keyboard, the wildest feature is definitely how this keyboard opens up. For the structure of this keyboard, it mimics the flipping motion of the lighter lid to separate the case, allowing for easy access to the inner parts of the keyboard. I am really curious how durable this mechanism will be, especially for the type who likes to tinker with their keyboard, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any videos. I do also worry about the tolerances, since if the parts aren't machined correctly, the keyboard might look really off, or there could be issues with the mechanism itself. The concept looks really interesting, and I'm kinda tempted since it's just so unique, but I would have preferred if there was just a bit more information or content out there showing off the keyboard so I have a better idea of what I'm buying. Pricing for this keyboard is surprisingly not too bad, even though it features such a complicated structure at $345. It's not cheap, but it's also not crazy expensive and sits around mid-range pricing. To be fair, it is a pure aluminum keyboard and does not have more expensive materials, but I would have expected this to cost a lot more considering the machining and construction. While this keyboard does not have a limited number of units, if you want a unique keyboard, I think that the ZP80 might just be the one for you.